1. I can't control my emotions. An intelligent person who practices Stoicism would never say, I can't control my emotions. This statement contradicts one of the core principles of Stoicism, the belief in the power of the human mind to govern emotional responses. Stoicism teaches that while we may not be able to control external events, we have the ability to control how we respond to them. This philosophy emphasizes the importance of rational thought and self-discipline in managing emotions, viewing them not as uncontrollable forces, but as reactions that can be guided by reason. From a Stoic perspective, emotions are natural responses to our perceptions and judgments about external events. For example, feeling sad when experiencing a loss or feeling angry when treated unfairly are typical emotional reactions. However, Stoicism posits that the intensity and duration of these emotions can be regulated through our internal dialogue and rational assessment. By recognizing that emotions stem from our interpretations of events rather than the events themselves, Stoics strive to maintain emotional equilibrium. An intelligent person understands that emotions, while powerful, are not beyond their influence. They practice techniques such as mindfulness, cognitive reframing, and meditation to cultivate a sense of inner calm and resilience. Mindfulness involves being aware of the present moment without judgment, allowing individuals to observe their emotional reactions without being overwhelmed by them. Cognitive reframing, on the other hand, involves changing the way one thinks about a situation to alter its emotional impact. For instance, instead of viewing a challenging situation as a disaster, an intelligent person might see it as an opportunity for growth and learning. The ability to control emotions is not about suppressing or denying them, but about responding to them in a constructive manner. Stoicism teaches that emotions should be acknowledged and understood, not ignored. By understanding the root causes of their emotions, an intelligent person can address underlying issues and prevent negative emotions from taking control. This approach promotes emotional intelligence, which is crucial for personal and professional success. Furthermore, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of virtue and wisdom in achieving a balanced emotional state. Virtue, in Stoic terms, refers to living in accordance with reason and ethical principles. An intelligent person seeks to cultivate virtues such as courage, justice, temperance, and wisdom, believing that a virtuous life leads to inner peace and emotional stability. Wisdom, the highest virtue in Stoicism, involves understanding the nature of the world and one's place in it, allowing individuals to navigate life's challenges with a calm and rational mindset. In practice, controlling emotions means being proactive rather than reactive. An intelligent person anticipates potential emotional triggers and prepares strategies to handle them effectively. For example, if they know that a particular situation tends to make them anxious, they might use breathing exercises or positive affirmations to stay grounded. They also set realistic expectations and accept that not everything will go as planned, reducing the likelihood of disappointment and frustration. By rejecting the notion that emotions are uncontrollable, an intelligent person embraces the Stoic belief in personal agency and responsibility. They understand that while emotions are an integral part of the human experience, they do not have to be at the mercy of them. Instead, they can harness the power of their mind to achieve emotional balance, leading to a more fulfilling and harmonious life. This perspective not only enhances their well-being, but also improves their relationships and interactions with others, as they approach challenges and conflicts with a calm and composed demeanor. 2. That's just the way I am. An intelligent person who practices Stoicism would never say, that's just the way I am. This statement reflects a fixed mindset, which is fundamentally at odds with the Stoic belief in personal growth and the potential for self-improvement. Stoicism teaches that individuals have the power to change and develop their character through conscious effort and rational decision-making. By adhering to the principles of Stoicism, an intelligent person rejects the notion of being permanently fixed in their ways and instead embraces the continuous journey of self-transformation. A fixed mindset is the belief that one's abilities, traits, and characteristics are static and unchangeable. This mindset can lead to complacency and a lack of motivation to pursue personal growth. In contrast, Stoicism advocates for a growth mindset, which is the belief that through dedication, effort, and learning, individuals can enhance their abilities and develop virtuous qualities. An intelligent person understands that growth and self-improvement are ongoing processes that require perseverance and a willingness to challenge oneself. The Stoic principle of continuous improvement is rooted in the concept of eudaimonia, or human flourishing. According to Stoicism, the ultimate goal of life is to achieve eudaimonia by living in accordance with reason and virtue. This involves striving to become the best version of oneself, cultivating qualities such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. An intelligent person recognizes that this pursuit is lifelong and that there is always room for growth and refinement. One of the key teachings of Stoicism is the idea of focusing on what is within our control. While external events and circumstances are often beyond our influence, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes are within our power to change. An intelligent person applies this principle to their personal development, understanding that they have the ability to shape their character through intentional choices and actions. They reject the notion of being constrained by their past or by their perceived limitations and instead take proactive steps to improve themselves. For example, an intelligent person who recognizes a tendency towards impatience might work on developing greater patience through mindfulness practices and self-reflection. They understand that change requires effort and consistency, and they are willing to put in the work to cultivate the virtues they aspire to embody. By setting goals, seeking feedback, and learning from their experiences, they progressively move towards becoming the person they want to be. Moreover, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of self-awareness and self-examination. An intelligent person regularly engages in introspection to assess their thoughts, behaviors, and motivations. This practice helps them identify areas for improvement and recognize any fixed mindset beliefs that may be holding them back. By being honest with themselves and taking responsibility for their growth, they can make meaningful changes that align with their values and goals. Another aspect of Stoicism that supports personal growth is the concept of prohairesis, or moral choice. Stoics believe that individuals have the power to choose their responses to situations, regardless of external pressures or past conditioning. An intelligent person exercises their prohairesis by making deliberate choices that reflect their commitment to self-improvement. They understand that each decision they make contributes to the development of their character and the attainment of eudaimonia. In summary, an intelligent person who embraces Stoicism would never say, "That's just the way I am," because they understand that personal growth and self-improvement are always possible. They reject a fixed mindset in favor of a growth mindset, believing in their capacity to change and develop virtuous qualities. Through self-awareness, intentional choices, and continuous effort, they strive to become the best version of themselves, living a life of purpose and virtue. This perspective not only enhances their own well-being, but also positively impacts their relationships and contributions to the world. 3. Life is unfair. An intelligent person who embraces Stoicism would never say, "Life is unfair." This statement reflects a victim mentality and a focus on external circumstances rather than on one's internal responses and actions. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control many of the events that occur in our lives, we can control how we perceive and respond to them. This philosophy encourages acceptance of reality without complaint, viewing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as unfair barriers. The idea of fairness is inherently subjective and often based on personal expectations and desires. When someone says, "Life is unfair," they are usually expressing frustration that their reality does not align with their expectations. However, Stoicism teaches that expecting life to conform to our desires is unrealistic and a source of unnecessary suffering. Instead, an intelligent person accepts that life is filled with unpredictability and change, and they focus on how they can navigate these realities with grace and resilience. From a Stoic perspective, it is essential to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not. External events, including the actions of others and random occurrences, are beyond our control. What we can control are our thoughts, beliefs, and actions. By concentrating on these internal factors, an intelligent person can maintain a sense of equanimity even in the face of adversity. This approach not only reduces stress and frustration, but also empowers individuals to take constructive action in their lives. The Stoic principle of amor fati, or love of fate, encapsulates this acceptance of reality. It involves embracing all aspects of life, including the challenges and difficulties, as essential parts of the human experience. An intelligent person who practices amor fati sees every event as an opportunity to practice virtue and develop inner strength. They understand that adversity can be a powerful teacher, helping them to build resilience, wisdom, and compassion. Moreover, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of perspective. How we interpret events significantly influences our emotional responses. An intelligent person cultivates a balanced perspective by recognizing that their initial judgments may be biased or incomplete. They strive to view situations objectively, considering multiple viewpoints and the broader context. This practice helps them to respond to challenges with clarity and composure, rather than reacting impulsively based on perceived unfairness. Another critical aspect of Stoicism is the idea of gratitude. An intelligent person focuses on what they have rather than on what they lack. By appreciating the positive aspects of their life and recognizing the transient nature of material possessions and external circumstances, they cultivate a sense of contentment and gratitude. This attitude not only enhances their well-being, but also reduces the tendency to view life as unfair. In practical terms, an intelligent person applies these Stoic principles by setting realistic expectations, preparing for potential challenges, and remaining adaptable. They understand that life is a dynamic process, and they embrace change as a natural part of existence. When faced with difficulties, they ask themselves how they can respond constructively and what they can learn from the experience. This proactive approach empowers them to navigate life's uncertainties with confidence and resilience. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches the value of focusing on one's duty and purpose. An intelligent person dedicates themselves to meaningful pursuits that align with their values and contribute to the greater good. By committing to their responsibilities and striving to make a positive impact, they find fulfillment and purpose, regardless of external circumstances. This sense of purpose helps them to rise above feelings of unfairness and maintain a steady course in life. In conclusion, an intelligent person who practices Stoicism would never say, "Life is unfair," because they understand that such a perspective is counterproductive and disempowering. Instead, they accept the inherent unpredictability of life, focusing on their internal responses and actions. By embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, maintaining a balanced perspective, cultivating gratitude, and pursuing meaningful goals, they navigate life's ups and downs with resilience and wisdom. This approach not only enhances their personal well-being, but also enables them to make a positive impact on the world around them. 4. I don't have time for this. An intelligent person who adheres to Stoic principles would never say, "I don't have time for this." This statement reflects a lack of prioritization and an inability to manage time effectively, which contradicts the Stoic emphasis on discipline and purposeful living. Stoicism teaches that time is one of our most valuable resources and that how we choose to spend it reflects our values and priorities. An intelligent person understands the importance of managing their time wisely and aligning their actions with their goals and principles. Time management is a crucial aspect of living a virtuous and fulfilling life. From a Stoic perspective, wasting time on trivial matters or allowing oneself to be overwhelmed by distractions is a failure to live in accordance with reason. An intelligent person recognizes that they have the power to control their schedule and make deliberate choices about how to allocate their time. They understand that saying, "I don't have time for this," often means, "I have not prioritized this," and they take responsibility for their decisions. One of the key teachings of Stoicism is the concept of memento mori, or the awareness of mortality. This principle reminds us that our time on earth is finite and that we should use it wisely. An intelligent person regularly reflects on the brevity of life and the importance of making each moment count. This awareness motivates them to prioritize activities that contribute to their personal growth, well-being, and the greater good, rather than getting bogged down by distractions or unnecessary obligations. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of focusing on what is within our control. While we cannot control the passage of time, we can control how we spend it. An intelligent person applies this principle by setting clear goals, establishing priorities, and creating a structured schedule. They distinguish between urgent and important tasks, ensuring that they allocate their time to activities that align with their long-term objectives and values. This disciplined approach helps them to avoid feeling overwhelmed and to make meaningful progress in their pursuits. Furthermore, an intelligent person understands the value of saying no to activities that do not align with their priorities. Stoicism teaches that we should not feel obligated to meet every demand placed upon us, especially if it detracts from our ability to fulfill our primary responsibilities and goals. By setting boundaries and learning to say no when necessary, an intelligent person protects their time and energy, allowing them to focus on what truly matters. Another aspect of effective time management is the practice of mindfulness. An intelligent person cultivates mindfulness to stay present and fully engaged in their activities. By focusing on the task at hand and minimizing distractions, they can work more efficiently and effectively. This practice not only enhances productivity, but also improves the quality of their experiences, allowing them to derive greater satisfaction and fulfillment from their efforts. Additionally, an intelligent person recognizes the importance of self-care and rest. Stoicism teaches that taking care of one's physical and mental well-being is essential for living a virtuous life. By incorporating regular breaks, exercise, and relaxation into their schedule, an intelligent person ensures that they maintain their health and energy levels. This balanced approach enables them to sustain their efforts over the long term and avoid burnout. In summary, an intelligent person who embraces Stoic principles would never say, "I don't have time for this," because they understand the importance of effective time management and prioritization. They recognize that time is a finite resource and take responsibility for how they choose to spend it. By setting clear goals, establishing priorities, practicing mindfulness, and taking care of their well-being, they align their actions with their values and make the most of their time. This approach not only enhances their personal and professional achievements, but also contributes to a fulfilling and purposeful life. 5. It's not my fault. An intelligent person who practices Stoicism would never say, "It's not my fault." This statement reflects a tendency to shift blame and avoid taking responsibility for one's actions and their consequences. Stoicism emphasizes personal accountability and the importance of owning one's choices and their outcomes. An intelligent person understands that acknowledging their role in any situation is crucial for personal growth and for fostering trust and integrity in their relationships. Stoicism teaches that we are responsible for our actions, thoughts, and attitudes, even when external circumstances are challenging. By taking ownership of their behavior, an intelligent person demonstrates maturity and a commitment to self-improvement. They recognize that blaming others or external factors for their difficulties is counterproductive and prevents them from learning and growing from their experiences. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, which distinguishes between what we can control and what we cannot. An intelligent person applies this principle by focusing on their internal responses and actions rather than external events. When faced with a challenging situation, they ask themselves what they can do to address it constructively rather than deflecting responsibility. This proactive mindset empowers them to take meaningful action and make positive changes. Taking responsibility also involves acknowledging and learning from mistakes. An intelligent person understands that errors and failures are an inevitable part of life and an opportunity for growth. Rather than denying or justifying their mistakes, they reflect on what went wrong and how they can improve. This approach fosters resilience and a growth mindset, enabling them to adapt and overcome future challenges more effectively. Moreover, accepting responsibility builds trust and credibility in personal and professional relationships. An intelligent person recognizes that blaming others or making excuses undermines trust and damages their reputation. By being honest and accountable, they demonstrate integrity and reliability, which are essential qualities for building strong and lasting relationships. They understand that taking responsibility, even in difficult situations, earns them respect and fosters a culture of accountability. Stoicism also teaches the value of humility. An intelligent person acknowledges that they are not infallible and that they have limitations. By accepting responsibility for their actions, they demonstrate humility and a willingness to learn from others. This openness to feedback and improvement is essential for personal development and for cultivating a collaborative and supportive environment. In practical terms, an intelligent person applies these Stoic principles by regularly reflecting on their actions and their impact on others. They seek feedback from trusted sources and are open to constructive criticism. When they make a mistake, they take ownership of it, apologize if necessary, and take steps to rectify the situation. This approach not only helps them to grow, but also strengthens their relationships and their ability to lead and influence others positively. Furthermore, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on solutions rather than dwelling on problems. An intelligent person channels their energy into finding constructive ways to address challenges rather than getting stuck in a blame game. They approach problems with a problem-solving mindset, seeking to understand the root causes and identifying actionable steps to resolve them. This proactive and solution-oriented approach enhances their effectiveness and resilience in the face of adversity. In conclusion, an intelligent person who embraces Stoicism would never say, "It's not my fault," because they understand the importance of personal accountability and responsibility. By taking ownership of their actions and their consequences, they demonstrate maturity, integrity, and a commitment to self-improvement. Through reflection, humility, and a focus on solutions, they navigate challenges constructively and foster trust and credibility in their relationships. This approach not only enhances their personal and professional success, but also contributes to a culture of accountability and growth. 6. I'll be happy when. An intelligent person who follows Stoic principles would never say, "I'll be happy when." This statement ties happiness to external conditions, which is fundamentally at odds with Stoic teachings. Stoicism holds that true happiness, or eudaimonia, comes from within, through the cultivation of virtue and wisdom, rather than from external achievements or possessions. An intelligent person understands that relying on external factors for happiness is a precarious and ultimately unsatisfying approach to life. The idea of conditional happiness suggests that one's current state is inadequate and that fulfillment can only be achieved through future events or acquisitions. However, Stoicism teaches that placing happiness in the hands of external circumstances sets individuals up for disappointment and frustration. External factors are often beyond our control, and their transient nature means that any happiness derived from them is likely to be fleeting. An intelligent person recognizes the futility of this approach and instead focuses on cultivating inner contentment and peace. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with reason and virtue. True happiness, according to Stoicism, is achieved by aligning one's actions with their values and principles. This involves cultivating qualities such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. An intelligent person understands that these virtues are within their control, and that by practicing them consistently, they can achieve a deep and lasting sense of fulfillment that is independent of external circumstances. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches the value of mindfulness and presence. An intelligent person cultivates an awareness of the present moment, recognizing that happiness is not something to be postponed for the future, but something to be experienced in the here and now. By appreciating the present and finding joy in everyday activities, they cultivate a sense of contentment that is not reliant on future achievements or possessions. This mindful approach enhances their overall well-being and helps them to navigate life's challenges with greater ease. Another key aspect of Stoicism is the idea of preferred indifference, which refers to external things that are desirable but not necessary for happiness. An intelligent person acknowledges that while certain external conditions, such as wealth, health, and success, are preferable, they do not constitute the essence of a fulfilling life. They strive to attain these things, but do not base their happiness on them. By maintaining a sense of detachment from external outcomes, they protect their inner peace and resilience. In practical terms, an intelligent person applies these Stoic principles by setting intrinsic goals that align with their values and passions. Rather than chasing external validation or material success, they focus on personal growth, meaningful relationships, and contributing to the greater good. They find joy and satisfaction in the process of pursuing their goals rather than in the attainment of specific outcomes. This approach not only enhances their happiness, but also makes their efforts more sustainable and rewarding. Moreover, Stoicism encourages gratitude for what one already has. An intelligent person regularly reflects on the positive aspects of their life and cultivates a sense of gratitude for their blessings. By focusing on what they have rather than on what they lack, they shift their perspective from scarcity to abundance. This attitude of gratitude fosters contentment and reduces the tendency to constantly seek more. In summary, an intelligent person who embraces Stoic principles would never say, "I'll be happy when," because they understand that true happiness is an internal state that is cultivated through virtue, mindfulness, and gratitude. By focusing on the present moment, aligning their actions with their values, and appreciating what they have, they achieve a deep and lasting sense of fulfillment that is independent of external circumstances. This approach not only enhances their personal well-being, but also allows them to navigate life's ups and downs with resilience and grace. 7. This always happens to me. An intelligent person who practices Stoicism would never say, "This always happens to me." This statement reflects a victim mentality and a sense of helplessness, which are contrary to Stoic principles. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot always control the events that happen to us, we can control our responses and our perceptions. An intelligent person understands that viewing themselves as a perpetual victim undermines their agency and resilience. Instead, they focus on what they can learn from each experience and how they can grow stronger as a result. The phrase, "This always happens to me," implies a sense of inevitability and lack of control. It suggests that the individual believes they are subject to an unchanging and unfavorable fate. However, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of taking responsibility for one's interpretations and reactions to events. An intelligent person recognizes that while they may not be able to prevent certain events, they have the power to choose how they respond to them. By shifting their focus from what happens to them to how they deal with it, they reclaim their sense of agency and empowerment. Stoicism teaches that challenges and difficulties are inherent parts of life and opportunities for growth. An intelligent person views adversity not as a sign of personal failure or misfortune, but as a chance to practice resilience and develop inner strength. They understand that each difficult experience provides valuable lessons and insights that can help them navigate future challenges more effectively. By adopting this perspective, they transform setbacks into stepping stones for personal growth. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages a focus on what is within our control. An intelligent person applies this principle by identifying the aspects of a situation they can influence and taking proactive steps to address them. Rather than dwelling on what they cannot change, they concentrate their efforts on actions that can make a positive difference. This proactive mindset not only enhances their effectiveness, but also reduces feelings of helplessness and frustration. Another key aspect of Stoicism is the practice of cognitive reframing. An intelligent person uses this technique to change their perspective on challenging situations. By questioning their initial assumptions and considering alternative viewpoints, they can reframe negative experiences in a more constructive light. For example, instead of thinking, "This always happens to me," they might reframe the situation as, "This is a difficult experience, but I have the strength and resources to handle it." This shift in perspective fosters a more positive and resilient mindset. Additionally, Stoicism teaches the importance of gratitude and focusing on the positive aspects of life. An intelligent person cultivates an attitude of gratitude by regularly reflecting on the good things they have and the progress they have made. By acknowledging their strengths and achievements, they counteract the negative impact of challenging experiences and maintain a balanced perspective. This practice helps them to stay grounded and resilient, even in the face of adversity. In practical terms, an intelligent person applies these Stoic principles by developing coping strategies and resilience-building habits. They engage in regular self-reflection to understand their reactions and identify areas for improvement. They seek feedback from trusted sources and are open to constructive criticism. By continuously learning and adapting, they become more adept at handling life's challenges and less likely to feel like a perpetual victim. Moreover, an intelligent person recognizes the importance of supportive relationships and seeks out positive influences. They surround themselves with people who encourage and uplift them, providing a network of support and perspective. By fostering meaningful connections, they enhance their resilience and their ability to navigate difficult situations. In conclusion, an intelligent person who practices Stoicism would never say, "This always happens to me," because they understand that such a mindset is disempowering and counterproductive. Instead, they focus on their responses and their ability to learn and grow from each experience. By adopting a proactive and resilient mindset, practicing cognitive reframing and cultivating gratitude, they navigate life's challenges with strength and grace. This approach not only enhances their personal well-being, but also empowers them to make a positive impact on their environment.